because you know it's that time.
Yes, it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. The time that we love to share. The time we call the good news, the bad news, and the other shit. That's right. I don't believe you heard me. The good news, the bad news, and the other shit. All right, you guys.
All set now.
And it's Conspiracy Wednesday. And that kind of means we cover conspiracies. so we figured if we called it, Taco Tuesday,
it wouldn't work.
Some of you would get confused. So we call it Conspiracy Wednesday. Now, Stephanie, we attempt to deal on Conspiracy Wednesday with some of the topics that are going on around there in the world. And they're hot topics. By the way, see, that's a distraction, man.
Oh, that's a good distraction. See, that's the part I like.
So you go, okay.
That's a subliminal message. You know that, Mark.
It is. I got to go to my new, because, I changed some of this up this morning.
Right.
So I got some new videos. First of all, you guys, the Occupy Wall Street movement continues to grow. It continues to morph, and it's one of the big things going on. And people are getting active. It's actually finally starting to hit the president. For the first time, the president has actually been the target. He was kind of heckled and interrupted during a recent speech he was giving. And as we've said before, we knew it would be inevitable that the president would be the target of all this because of what's been going on and the fact that the U.S. spending what it is, $669 billion. And they finally acknowledged the U.S., that was in 2010, $669 billion. The nearest competitor was China with $114 billion. We outspend every other country of the world in defense combined. All of them. Yeah. Combined. So we were talking about, if you're wondering where your money goes, that's where it goes.
And see, I'm not going to, I have to contain myself because then, I would ask you a question. And that question would be, how much should they cut off that's an acceptable amount to spend? I'm going to get you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. See, I don't even go there. I didn't even go there. I ask people themselves. I go like, okay, look at the state of the U.S. $669 billion.
Yeah.
The nearest country, $114 billion.
Right.
How much would you squeeze off for the college kids? I'm just asking. $669 billion is your defense budget.
Right.
Your nearest competitor.
Right.
Is $114 billion.
Right.
You outspend the whole world combined.
Right.
There's no money to give college kids a break on tuition? Or some health care?
No break.
Okay, that's what my issue is. How do you not have health care in this country that can afford to spend $669 billion in 1 year?
I know.
And remember, we actually reveal reports. You guys, it's not just me. It's not Mario's stuff. Go on Google yourself and search U.S. military spending. It's not a secret. Go on to Google and search military spending by country. It's not a secret. You don't have to rely on me.
Right.
Other reports have said there was another 230-some billion in discretionary monies.
Right.
They actually said in 2010 we spent $1 trillion.
Right.
And you wonder why they don't have money for health care, why you have people protesting. This is the whole issue between things like the Occupy Wall Street movement to me. It's that the common man, the little man out there, he doesn't know how he's getting screwed. He just knows he's getting screwed. But he doesn't know how. He's not wise enough to get all the little particulars. He just knows somehow he's getting screwed.
So the answer to resolving this is that they need a flashpoint, something such as Occupy Wall Street. Right?
Well, maybe they do, maybe they don't.
Right.
Occupy Wall Street, you guys, remember, there is no true leadership because it is something that occurred spontaneously.
Right.
It's almost like what you see happening all over the world. You see it happening right now in Egypt. You see it happening in places like, you've seen it happen in places like Libya.
Right.
Where the people just get tired of it. They've had enough. And they start to rise up and to express themselves. All over the world, this is happening.
Right.
And so it's a populist movement. It's like the idea whose time has come.
Right.
One day the time has come and the people go there.
Right.
And that's part of, to me, why I marvel at it. I marvel at the fact that folks suddenly, just out of their own desperation, have seen to do this. Let's take a look at what happened with President Obama.
Good luck, President.
So before I came to school today, I had coffee.
Get used to it.
This is a crazy circus.
Remember I said, see, the president was thinking that he was above it. Now when they start targeting you, will I have to protest and picket the first black president?
It's okay.
Lord, that would break my heart. But I will do it. Yeah. I will do it if I have to. Look at this.
All right. Okay, guys.
So that's my point. Is the president, that's what I'm saying, is now finally the president to be a protest target. You know, in terms of the election, he's tried to distance himself from these things, and that's part of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The president is going to be increasingly a protest target as people associate him with these things. Wow.
Well, okay. I can't go any further. I'm just going to leave it alone because I think it's the money thing more than it is the presidency, because I think
it is the money thing that people ain't got no jobs.
Right, because I think what happens is that there's a recipe for success as it moves with the political infrastructure that's insulated by corporate mongering. Now, that being said, to me, I think the example people have to go through is to get on both sides of the fence. When you have been poor, it is very hard to envision otherwise. So I say pretend like somebody came to your enterprise, Mario, and said, you know, Pack Stereo is worth, let's say, I'm a lofty figure, $500,000. And somebody else said, you know, just somebody else said, we want to pay. Actually, we want to give you $8 to $10 million, although it will be coming out of the coffers of the community where the other projects were slated, but we want to give you that $10 million. Would you say, you know, that's too much?
No, but I would attempt, you know, we are a community conscious organization, and we attempt to build through the community,
right?
Just like our service of indies. But, you know, all of this does have to do with the monies. That's the whole point. Remember, when the U.S. has wars going on all over the place,
right?
They don't have money for your social program,
right?
That's why you don't have a hospital near you,
right?
Okay, or a park or a library, because your money is in Afghanistan,
right?
Where they have 7,000. No, the U.S. admitted. Remember, don't just believe Mario. Look it up. We admit to 7,000 drones. Now, remember, I'm the one who said, well, 70 sounded kind of appropriate. 700 sounded like a bit much.
Right.
7,000 sounds absolutely fucking ridiculous, okay? That's too many goddamn drones. How many drones do you need? 7,000 drones? It's a desert.
I know what. You want to put more money into
I'm just saying,
policing?
No, I want to, you know... Okay, don't get me. Because the next thing we're going to get on is immigration, Stephanie. You know, and that's one of my other pet peeves. I recognize the right of all colonized people to move freely through the colony.
Right.
And since Mexico is our colony, I think they should be able to come and go as they choose.
I want you to try
it's
to
our colony.
First of all,
we run everything in Mexico.
Now, Mario,
everybody else, they should get to come and go. They are citizens, as far as I'm concerned.
Stephanie, I tried to tell you. You can realize now that he is on the floor with his passion. I want to warn you.
That's why I speak some Spanish. I know where California came from. A bunch of slave owners took slavery into Texas, brought it all the way out here, and took this land. Okay, watch that history. That's how you had slavery in Texas.
I got you.
The Mexicans didn't do that. Okay, the Americans did.
I'm saying this. I believe the part that people get caught up in is one of sometimes ignorance. I'm not saying everybody is.
I know the history.
I'm saying that the part that takes place is that our power, money, corporate, the whole politics of it is that they don't just try to make you enough money. It's always
they want all the money.
More than enough money. So I want people to be on the other side of the fence and say, just for 5 minutes, they want to make you 1,000% more money than you're getting paid. How many of you guys are going to say no? And I know being on the broadcast, everybody wants to do the right thing.
So what you're saying is how many people will prostitute themselves for money?
Yes.
Most. That's how governments get over. That's what corruption is.
See?
People prostitute themselves for money. Yes, okay. Most people will sell out. I give in. Some of us give in for money, and other of us give in. We just give in.
I'm sorry.
It's like you get a good woman, and if you ask her, yes, honey, I will.
Yes, you will.
Yes, sweetheart.
Yes.
You want new curtains? Well, of course.
A
new kitchen? Yes.
See, I believe in that karma thing. That as soon as you're on that, I believe that when you're on that plane, and all of a sudden you're on the other side, because I believe there's a whole bunch of stories of people who said, I went from over down here to up here real fast. I said, you didn't have time to say no, did you?
No. Well, let's get to this. It's Political Wednesday. It's Political Wednesday,
See,
Stephanie, and
Stephanie didn't
so
have to
it's
say
a
a
little
word.
rant. It's a little rant. It is. So you can just pat me on the back and go.
Exposed widespread atrocities by the US in Vietnam War. Senator, has the US committed crimes against humanity in Afghanistan, Libya, Iraq, and why is no US politician today exposing that?
First off, I'm extremely concerned, I'm extremely horrified, and I'm extremely embarrassed over my country. I like the United States, but by the same token, I think my country is an imperial country that is going downhill, and our leadership doesn't even acknowledge the problem. We spend more in defense than all the rest of the world put together, and we're broke. 1/3 of our children don't even graduate from high school. We're 26th in the world with respect to education. Our healthcare system is a joke, and yet we're told, oh, we Americans, we're the smartest, we're the best in the world. This phony triumphalism, and it's turned into a device to cause Americans to live in fear of a terrorist attack on you as an individual, yet you have 1,000 times more likelihood to catch cancer than ever be hurt by that. And so here the United States in Afghanistan and Iraq and Vietnam in the era, all these American soldiers have died in vain. Died in vain. And this is a comment that I got from a general. He said, Mike, they died in vain. Look at Vietnam today, most favored trade nation status. It is still a communist country.
You lost your leg. Now we friends with them. You still at home with no leg.
Murdered as a result of our activities.
They all friends.
58,000 Americans. And what has changed?
So why did I lose my leg?
So this fear of communism, and what it meant is that these people died in vain. They're dying in vain in Afghanistan today. They've died in vain in Iraq. When Obama says, you know, we're leaving, Maliki is throwing us out of Iraq. Maliki is a corrupt government.
That's right.
And you're going to see essentially a civil war. As soon as we leave the scene, it's going to be the mess that it was before. Here, all I can say about what the United States is doing, it's immoral. As a result of 9/11, we have altered our moral compass, and people begin to getting used to brutalizing each other.
All right. So that leads us to the next topic.